Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, in the house Ocho Cinco and Hoosh Manzana built. Reser Stadium, home to the Oregon State Beavers. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the Florida Gators taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Beavers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Gators offense will get the first swing of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
He makes the grab. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. And the Gators headed quickly to the line.
First down for the offense.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Looking to throw it again. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his man down the middle. And they gave him no chance to get loose. And they
got a little baby.
The Gators will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Oregon State Beavers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Movement here from the tight end. From the gun, to give, looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Motion from the offense. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. They're working that left side. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's going to run it. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell if he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
The Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Beavers are on the move. Looking to go up top on first down. Shoots it to the left. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Wants to throw on first down. Ball in the air, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 30. 10. Touchdown Gators. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it, can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game when you go back and you look and you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They go to the ground. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Now, 4th down.
I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? They're throwing for it on 4th down. On the run, fires downfield. The completion well past the sticks. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. The Beavers in the hurry up. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And the junior was late on the release, and he threw it behind him.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Give to the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And the Beavers are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon State. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive with a pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy, because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep things.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. I'm sure the offense happy with that free 5 yards. Now it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. To the ground to try to move the chains. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and he breaks into the open. He's at the 30. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Give to the back. Runs through a tackle. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards off on the ground. But it will be very successful.
On second down, he's looking down.
You got what?
Setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Here's the handoff. And the defense had his hands full, and they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Beavers!
You get down here in the red zone, when you get close to the end zone, and you get goal-to-go situations, you've got to be
I didn't see that.
And I love teams that can run the football. They run the football, hand it to the running back. He does the rest, puts it in the end zone.
What you got in
The
there?
extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Soda.
So that
I'm
scoring
soda.
drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run.
Soda?
That latest answer tied things up, just about
That shit
set to
not
kick
a
it away
soda,
again.
huh?
On the
Yeah,
run
that-
from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Man, I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Looking downfield, it's Amaro. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet.
But we
And
almost
he's
ran
not
by your
going to
ass.
get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Gators will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Oregon State takes over ready to send the offense on the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He's got his man. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
They're bringing heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Coming after it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in '06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Curse, they had a long list of guys that could really make the quarterback's life difficult.
Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Beavers will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think Dave,
right there, big
predictable
71,
with
make the
that
play.
last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up, where I can just make plays right behind it.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Oh, come on.
Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after
Oh,
he
he got
rips off a huge play. And the Gators racing to the line in a hurry-up.
And first down for the offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
And he sprints to the end
Everybody
zone.
gets blocked.
Touchdown, Gator!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field,
Everybody
and
gets
go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. First down here with time for maybe 1 more play until the 2-minute warning. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
I'm chucking the ball.
He is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
It's like
Referee
y'all really
signals
don't want
timeout as
me.
the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Beavers send out the
And I'm
punt
throwing
unit.
the fucking ball.
Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Bringing it back, it's Weeks. And the punt team able
That
to
shit's
swing
killing
him
me,
to the
man.
ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone 1 more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
To the air, it's Amaro. Dances away from the heat. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Florida! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
Throws to the tight end. What a snag by the defense. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the move from inside his 5. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. The Gators will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half.
Oregon State, 14.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Beavers want to pick up the tempo.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, a statement run in the red zone to the 13. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Beavers have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense simply has to pay this off on third and goal. They desperately need a touchdown. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And I think they'll mark him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't help much with the breathing room, but on the upside, they avoided the safety. single crack to run through on the last 2 plays. Let's see if they go up top on 3rd and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the returner will be knocked down. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, Dave.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
No surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
He finds his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. The Beavers have taken it inside the 20. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he makes the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Picked up some yards on the last completion, but it's 3rd down. Dumps it to the back. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10, 1st and goal from the 8. Wants to go up top. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Beavers want to crank the tempo. Wide receiver shows motion. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half, man, it looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. Then more drives like this is what's needed.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. He's going to pass. Spits it out to the back. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. Scrambling away. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future. My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Snapped it in the shotgun. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
A loss of 3 yards on the play.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
Florida, 31. Oregon State, 21.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Beaver! Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the moment. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. The receiver on the jet sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that is how you stop the jet sweep if you're on defense. You get penetration up front. Yeah, they're going to try to outflank you, but they can't do anything about it if you got dudes up front winning one-on-one.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. The give to the back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He looks that one in nicely. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Gators decide to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score. Your defense does your part, Jesse. This offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing on that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. Couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Got it set up on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
On second down, he'll fire. Lets it fly. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. The Beavers will have it 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wide out in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Getting some heat. The freshman able to get home with the sack. The Beavers moving quickly to the line.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks.
He'll take the deep shot. And that pass picked off. Taking it the other way. Ripping through the defense. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Rolls it in. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
It's complete on the right side. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
You might just think that dude's a power back, but what a great job coming out of the backfield, become a wide receiver, and then guess what? When he gets in the open field, that's not a lot of fun to try to bring to the ground. That's a big boy.
Looking to throw, it's Amaro. Trying to get to him. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Oregon State, 28.
He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse. And that pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10. Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Right back to him on the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. That is no good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They're trying to get to him. He'll pull it down and run. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. They'll try to get it through the air. They're bringing heat. And they got him for the sack. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the two. Looking to throw. Coming after it. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty flag down, and I think the offense is going to pick up the first down. The defense was offside. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time